How you guys doing? This is EarlAlex, and you have tuned into SongLab Live. Listen, you know how we do here. We bring you dope artists. We bring you people you need to know in the music business and industry. And right now I'm sitting with a man you need to know because he's not only an artist, but also he's bringing media to the people. He's bringing awareness of issues, of topics in the community, just not in this local area. Also, he's bringing people from out of state. The man is doing a lot and representing for Arizona, for his brand. And I'm going to shift it over to him so he can introduce himself. You know how we do here at SongLab. So go ahead and let people know who you are. And not only do that, but tell them your social media, how to find you online and everything like that.
Right. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you.
My name is Sticc Hyde. You can reach me at OG Sticc Hyde, OGSTICCCHYDE on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and just Sticc Hyde on Facebook.
Nice.
Our brand is Real Riders Only Radio. You know what I'm saying? Real Riders Only Entertainment, Industry Quality Studios. Those are our three brands that we represent. Industry Quality Studios is a physical studio that we actually record out of. And Real Riders Only Radio is the radio station that we do the podcast off of. Real Riders Only Entertainment is the record label.
Nice.
We release the music out of.
All right, awesome. So you hear that, you know, multiple branches, multiple levels to what you're doing, and it all makes up the movement Real Riders.
Yes,
Correct. Man, that's 100%. Now, Sticc, you're not only known in the media, you're not only known in the music, you're also known in the community, and you do a lot for the community, I've seen. Can you talk to, tell me a bit about, how that factors into, your business plans and everything that you do? How have you stayed so connected to the community, as well as being an artist, as well as, getting out here, presenting media to the people? What does the community mean to you?
Community is everything. Well, I'm from this community. I'm born and raised in Arizona. And reaching out to the community is important because if we want a community to gatherlize amongst us, or gatherlize or come together with amongst the ideals and the things that we're trying to do, then why not get behind the community and help the community with some of the things that it has, out there, some of the flaws that it has out there and stuff, helping the community clean up. We do cleanups. I've been part of cleanups. We've been part of backpack drives, been part of feeding people, So we got to put in, there's a lot of things that we could put in work and use our influence within our community.
Yeah, and I see you doing it. Tell me a bit about also what you have done in combination with events. I seen you were boxing for a bit. Like, you've done a little bit of everything. How does all that work into your artistry and what you've been doing? That's what I mean. Like, you.
Yeah, the boxing is kind of therapeutic, and then also it's a lesson with the blessing too and stuff, because we want to promote awareness for black people. Specifically when we talk about dealing with each other and stuff, especially young brothers, they have a high temperament, and for some reason we have a low patience with dealing with each other. So a lot of brothers' first mentality is to go reach out and go get a weapon, and we want to get people the back. First level is to start talking, and have a conversation, and then level 2 is the hand combat. You get back to at least the hand combat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So valuing one another's lives a certain type of way that's what we need to start speaking life into existence into each other instead of speaking death into each other all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, you can easily, all right, with your cousin or with your close homie, get into a fight in the backyard and come inside and,
huff and puffing.
Yeah, you good.
He might be still a little bit mad, but hey, he know not. He gonna think twice about fighting again.
You feel me?
because they both hurt.
Yeah. And fighting was all the time when I was younger. It was a lot more fighting than I see
And it's
now.
really just about having the brothers respect each other at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want the beefs to carry on or nothing like that. We want brothers that be able to shake each other's hand and have some respect for each other instead.
100%.
And that's what I was able to do with the brothers that I was able to fight. I made a couple of brothers with the brothers I fought. Fought Platinum, and me and Platinum, we just fight for the sport of it. You know what I'm saying? So, and Platinum became one of my co-hosts. One of my hosts, he hosts a show on my platform on Real Riders Only Radio, which is Platinum Baby Podcast. And me and Platinum have a great relationship, a great level of respect for each other. Even after me and Maryville Chops fight, we have a level of respect for each other because, you know what I'm saying, we got in the ring and we got it over with. And after the fight, he even bought me a drink. We went to the bar, had a drink. Bought us a drink. We talked about how we got to this place, and we got to a level of respect.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about, just having respect for each other and valuing each other's lives and not even put each other in a situation where we have to risk it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's really about. I mean, it's done for a good cause anyway, the boxing was. And then also people were willing to put their names, put their, really, we're entertainers. So we're putting everything on the line just to go for what the true message is. And then also it does help with, getting your name out there too a bit. But I think everybody was focused on the message, which was, gloves over guns, I believe, which is what that was.
And the Flex Fest.
And then the Flex Fest,
hands up, guns down.
Yep.
And I think it's a positive thing. I don't know, it can be looked upon like, we getting people fighting again, this, that, or this, but man, it could be worse and stuff when you got people out here trying to really get to level 3s. They skip the level 2.
Yeah.
And going straight to level 3 kill switch. You know what I'm saying? They skipping 1, 2, and going straight to 3. You're not even arguing.
Again, there's a certain level of respect after a fight if your opponent holds their own. I'm just saying, well, not even if they just hold it, but I'm just saying if they're willing. If you're willing to go there with somebody, there's a certain level of respect you're going to give them. A certain level of respect a lot of people even give their enemies if they know they're willing to stand tall.
Because they know he ain't no buster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And once they see that you have heart, you know what I'm saying? Once people see that you got heart, and, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I love Mickey Shaw.
Add that in.
It's just a level of respect, you know what I'm saying? I guess that we gather from each other from just sparring and stuff. I don't know, everybody can't do this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, because some people, they have a bitter taste in their mouth from defeat.
Yeah, that is true. That's what I mean. I think people don't experience it enough. It takes many failures.
It's a humbling experience.
It is.
It's a humbling experience, You think you're a crusher out there, and then you go out there and get crushed. It's just that. It's like it happened.
And that's okay, too. You got to be prepared for that. Got to be willing to having a heart for that, too. That's what it's about.
So be able to deal with that.
I mean, in making all these different branches of your business, how'd they come to be? Because I know it wasn't just like, how'd you get the plan to where it is today? Like, how did that grow into what it is?
Really planned, but one department after another just got built. We started off with the record label.
Yeah.
Then we built the studio, and then we led into the radio station and the media. And the media and the radio station just led from being able to work with LMG. I was working with LMG.
Oh, Mr. Network.
Yeah, with Mr. Network. I was working with Soundbox 360 Radio.
Yeah, they're dope.
So I combined the things that I learned from both of being able to work at both of those platforms and created my own platform.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to gain the experience from being able to work on their platforms, work at their platforms, and I just appreciate them for giving me the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them are not even from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, nah, but they came out here, showed a lot of love, and been supporting and doing a lot of things for a long time. Long time. Many years. And when I was young. And that's the greatest thing. So that's why it's dope to see, because you've, like I said, you've been in the community. You are known for your effect in the neighborhood. And then it translated into your music, translated into what you're doing, helping these different platforms. And now you're creating your own. You have your own record label. You have your own pretty much media company. Like it's all together. And you've been able to attract a lot of even, high profile named artists. And other individuals to your platform. And like you said, it's been a piece by piece build. But how do you maintain your artistry in the midst of being almost like a journalist and then also being a public figure? How do you balance all of that at this point in your career?
Since it came first, it's more natural than being a journalist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because journalism, what isn't natural for me. I know I had to work into getting normal with doing the journalism and doing the interviews and stuff like that, because I wasn't used to asking people questions. You know, when you're from the streets, you don't be going around asking people questions.
No, you really don't want to ask any questions like that. That's not what you do.
Right, you agitate somebody. Like
why you want to know all this?
Like, what the fuck is this nigga keep on asking all these goddamn questions? So
yeah.
Oh, just to be able to transform into the question form is a whole transformation for me. You know,
yeah.
Asking people questions. I don't really ask questions a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because on the streets, you know what I'm saying, it can be looked like, is this nigga a cop or something? You know what I'm saying? So just transforming into just asking the questions and then studying these artists and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Getting back to school almost like. It's almost like school. It's like you have to. You really, if you want to be successful at what you want to do, you really want to study the people that you're interviewing, or study the people that you. You want to study the people, the stuff that you're doing and stuff. And that just took me back to almost like a school atmosphere. Like I'm back at school, but it's not school. I'm working for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's. The transition to being an artist, sometimes I don't feel like rapping no more, but I have so many people around me still involved with music that I still get pulled in, like, come and rap, do this, and that. And every now and then it comes out. And I've been blessed to be able to make out. Recently, I've been able to make a lot of good, solid music right now.
Nice. So the music's gonna come consistent because that's the staple. And then journalism is something that you've been crafting and pulling into what you do. I mean,
I'm still almost a baby in the journalism. So
last year you broke some stories. Let me just say that.
Okay.
You broke some stories. You definitely did. I mean, there was like, how has that been, talking about issues in the community outside of music that have been gaining, like a lot of, eyes and viewership online, on media, and then even having, other officials kind of comment on your stuff?
Yeah, sometimes they send me to do the dirty work. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, sometimes we got to stand up I come from an era where we got to stand up for what we believe in.
Yeah.
Right or wrong. No matter how many people don't like it or not. You know what I'm saying? And so that sometimes we gotta stand up for something. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people look like, oh, this nigga Stick's trying to start some shit. He's trying to start some problems or something. But certain issues, like especially when we dealing with people that's working within the community and they are sexual predators, that's something that we can't overlook. Now look at something like this. Let's say we do overlook it. We say he's a nice person and we overlook the fact that he has this record.
Yeah.
Well, let's say something happens. Somebody gets touched on, something happens. then we're just as responsible as that motherfucker for doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we knew about his priors, but we ignored it, and then somebody gets victimized.
Yeah.
So these type of things like that have to be known, especially when the person is throwing a community event and we may have children there. Everybody don't want that. It's hard enough to bring your kids out to strangers, but you would like at least the strangers not to be a pedophile.
Yeah,
so
true that.
You know, if you knew that you was bringing your kids to a pedophile and you knew it and that pedophile was there, like, hell no, I'm not taking my kids there.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something that we need to know.
But if it is open knowledge, then you can make that choice, is what you're saying.
If it's open, I think that, like, when you're dealing with first of all, I don't even think that person even allowed to even be around kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff that needs to be known and stuff. Especially parents. You gotta protect your kids at all costs, even from family members, people that you think you know, your friends. You gotta protect your kids. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can't overlook nothing when it comes to these kids. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? We gotta protect these kids. We gotta be the shield, and we can't be playing games when it comes with certain situations. We gotta be serious as the situation is. The situation's serious. Nobody like to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to a situation where it's a situation getting put on the table, we gotta be strong enough to deal with it. You know what
100%.
The community, the people that's under our influence, they count on leadership. You know what I'm saying? We can't afford to let people down. You know what I'm saying? We can't let people down.
So it was shocking to, I think, all of the Facebook and some of the Instagram community when certain individuals were named and certain things happened. But then that wasn't the only thing. There was also, the police report of that girl who died in police custody, and there was other reports along with that you had released, and you were letting the community know. I mean, when people come to you with these stories, and I know they still do you feel an obligation to share that with the community? Are you, you've became one of the voices in Arizona for, street grown stories to get the word out about things that need more shine on it. What makes you continue to do that, knowing that it can be taken both ways? Maybe you're adding to the gossip, or maybe you're enlightening the community.
I feel like I'm doing God's work, and sometimes God's work sometimes it make people uncomfortable. But we got to do God's work. And I feel like I'm doing exactly what God want me to do, and some of these stories are coming to me because God want me to expose the situation, like that woman who got killed in a jail. A woman gets killed in a jail, and it don't hit the news. You know what I'm saying? And she's a black woman. I think the community needs to know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We need to know a black woman got murdered in they custody. You know what I'm saying? Now let's say we was the situation reversed. A cop ends up dead. The questions is coming up all over the place. Who did it? Somebody's going to jail immediately. You know what I'm saying? We need that same type of reaction when they kill one of us. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to notify the community what was going on. Try to get the family the help, the legal help that they needed, so they could you know what I'm saying, get the justice that they needed, or sue these people, because somebody got to pay. Somebody needs to pay. So it was a blessing them that we was able to put their story out, and they received the help that they wanted, you know what I'm saying, that they were seeking for. And that's all that matters, man. We didn't, that's all that matters, you know what I'm saying? We seen the story. They didn't reach out to us. We seen the story, and I told Dorinda, I want to interview them. Get them on this show. Get them on this show, because their story needs to be heard. And the police is out here, they always sweeping stuff under the rug. trying to hide it. Then we think about what we be protesting in Arizona. Sometimes they don't even have nothing to do with immediately our community. It's something probably a worldwide issue like George Floyd.
Yeah.
We had our own shit in our own backyard that we could be stumping out here for. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the issues that needs to be highlighted, and it still needs to be. We still know the family still searching for answers because they gave her an autopsy, and they gave her an autopsy, and the woman was she was strangled, or what does it look like? She was a strangulation or something. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of questions within that case that need to be answered. How did a woman that was alive, be taken in your custody alive, end up dead in your custody in less than 24 hours, and then they say they lost her in their system?
Would you say that out here in Arizona that, you know, because we're not too far from Joe Arpaio, but that that there is corruption within the legal system as well as in the politics?
There is big corruption in the system, and let's be honest, you know what I'm saying? There's big corruption, but I do believe in the system because I actually won in court. I win in court a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in the criminal justice system and going by and doing the things right. If you do the right thing, you can win in court. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe in it.
Do the right thing and know what you're doing.
Yeah, know what you're doing.
Know what you're doing, and then do the right thing. Actually,
yeah, and do the right thing. Yeah, and if you go by the rules and you play the game the right way, you could use it to your benefit.
I'm not gonna lie, I agree with you there. I actually think Arizona has a pretty fair justice system, but the people within the system are still corrupt, and they're negligent, they're ignorant, they will hate on you. And I think it's just commendable at the fact that you were able to highlight that and that you were able to bring help to that family, as well as, you know, bring to light issues that, you know, are of concern to people who, you know, need to know. You still do that. Right. And with your show and with your network, you have brought more light to Arizona as well. You've brought like large name artists, or people that I would consider great artists. So can you speak about how it's been having the different multitude of guests on your shows, and if there's any particular that you would like that you think of that come to your mind that you would like to point out, any favorite show that you may have?
Oh man, one of my favorite shows is with Richie Evans. Richie Evans, he pulled up with all the bottles of champagne, and he showed me so much love.
Nice.
And I appreciate Richie Evans. Richie Evans was down to earth, and he showed a lot of love, and that love is reciprocated back. You know what I'm saying? I love my interview with Sibo. Sibo came to my house. He was my first celebrity house interview.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Pulled up to the studio, and that was dope. I interviewed a lot of female artists. Asian A was dope. She's a dope artist out of Atlanta. Daz Dillinger, that was my first real super dope ass one on our network. Daz Dillinger, he gave us a good interview. He was dropping so many jewels in that interview and stuff, because I didn't know that Daz made Nothing But Against the Party.
That he made that beat?
I didn't know that he made that beat. And then I didn't know that he's the actual voice on there. Ain't nothing but against the party.
Oh shit.
That's Daz.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that.
I know. Yeah.
I thought that was just the whole time. I thought that was Pac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that was a Dash that whole time and stuff. And Dash had let us know how many dope ass records that he was a part of. And Daz is legendary in his own right.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, some people say I look like Daz a little bit sometimes. You know what I mean? You know, and I've gotten it. But you know, to balance that out, they've also said I've looked like probably every black comedian out there too. Like, okay, you look like Chris Rock. Oh, you look like
David Chappelle.
yeah, Dave Chappelle. Every single
they
one
always
too.
tell me Dave Chappelle.
Yeah,
Like
you get
look
Dave
like
Chappelle. Jeez, they just want a reason to laugh at us, huh? You know, that's how I feel.
Dave
No,
Chappelle. I'm Dave.
But that's awesome having all of those guests. So tell me about some guests that you've had on your show that are, say, outside of music.
Outside of music, we done did a couple. We did. He does music too, but he has his own water company, Anthony Peso. Anthony Peso, we went to his water company and stuff.
Yeah?
He has the water company out here. What is it called? The Icebreakers.
Oh, okay. Anthony
Yes.
Peso, online I see him as Anthony Walton.
Walton, yeah, but that's a Peso is his
Peso
rap
is his. Oh, Peso.
name. Peso, yeah, Peso. Is his
Okay,
rap
cool.
name. But yes, I was able to go over to their factory and check out the water camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how was it?
It was dope. You know what I'm saying? The first of all, he's the only black water company out here in Arizona.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And there's only, he said he brought to my attention, there's only 6 of them in the whole country. 6 black owned water companies and water people who manufacture water in this whole country.
Wow.
So it was you know what I'm saying? It was a blessing to be around greatness. You know what I'm saying? Black excellence. You know what I'm saying? And the brother is humble as hell, and he's building together his brand. He's getting all kinds of good deals. I got to see him. We talked about him being on the Grammys, or whether he gave the waters to
Nice.
BET Awards show. Yeah, BET Awards. He gave out they got his water and stuff out there and stuff.
Okay. So Icebreakers breaking the ice for Arizona to distribute water into the rest of the. I mean, people would think that Arizona would get the water, but now they're getting water from Arizona. All right, Anthony, you're doing your thing. That's what's up.
It's a genius idea.
It is.
Water. You know what I'm saying? Water is, who doesn't drink water?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to always have to have some water.
Well, I think it's funny how they threw it in a can, called it Liquid Death, and it's life-giving, and then they're selling it for like all across the states.
I had a can of Liquid Death.
Yeah, it's water.
I didn't call it Liquid Death.
That's what I'm saying. It's life-giving. It's water, but it's in a can called Liquid Death. For one, you put it in aluminum foil, so you put it into.
Have you heard of theories that people talk about we don't even need the water?
I've heard people say we could live off air. So, I mean, I've kind of heard a bit of everything, like straight up air.
So, man, we don't even need to drink water.
Yeah. What do you mean? You getting your water from water? You should be getting your water from air droplets. Why ain't you getting your water from the clouds, son?
We're hearing all kinds of stuff. Like, man, you try to stop drinking water for a week and see what happens.
I mean, the conversation of you should eat your water so that you're getting, structured H2O3,
fruit.
Through fruits, because then you're getting structured water. That there's something to it, but there's no legitimate studies currently saying that structured water in mass does more, better, or less than regular water. Right. It's all about absorption. It's all about what your body can take. And even then, do your own research, do your own study, and get your own position on it, and take in the liquids as you need it. Don't dehydrate yourself on the fact that you think air or just meat or something will get you where you need to go and find yourself in a hospital.
It's crazy because some people are so cautious about everything. And nowadays you hear so many people say they're vegan now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like.
Well, being vegan, and I speak about this because I'm plant-based. I have to accept that more than saying I'm vegan. I tell people I'm vegan because anything on a vegan menu I can eat. but I will still sometimes eat some cheese or eat some, it's not, I like to limit that. I don't eat eggs, don't drink milk, nothing like that. But,
Okay.
these are all mucus, pus causing things. But veganism isn't a way for you to be more healthy. Being vegan is really just a more of a choice of, all right, I don't want to harm animals, or it's like a lifestyle choice where you're actually picking and deciding, what moral position you have in the production or the treatment of animals than it is what you have on your plate. But me, I eat honey. And just because I eat honey and that comes from a bee, that would disqualify me as a vegan. So I'm more plant-based than anything.
You can't eat the honey. You can't
eat the honey.
There's too many.
I mean, I can't. I kind of couldn't eat the bread, like, with they make bread with like what, milk, eggs at times. So you can't eat bread. There's a lot you can't.
Kicked out of there.
But even then, so I have a whole post where I talk about it. Even then,
I got kicked out of Muslim class in jail.
Yeah, why?
Because they tried to take my meat off my plate.
What was it, pork? No,
they told me I need to tell them I'm getting the kosher meal. I'm like, man, hold on, I'm already skinny. We barely eat.
He said, listen, they already said it in front of me. You're gonna have to be kosher with what I'm about to eat, because next time
I can't allow you to take this meat off my plate. Look, they like, brother, you can't come to Muslim class. No
you
more.
Can't come to if you ain't willing to change, brother.
Man, next time the Muslims, they can call the Muslims out to come out the class, they didn't call my name. I was mad as hell.
Were you trying to negotiate with them? Like, I can't be 5%. What? I'm a 10%er. I'm a 10%er. I just
want to come and see the brothers.
Yeah.
I just want to come and see the brothers, man.
Can I get the chair in the back of the class? I ain't even need a whole desk.
They like, yeah, he ready to get down.
He ain't ready
to get down.
He ain't ready for this knowledge.
He want to eat that swine.
I feel that. So, all right. So, honestly, like, it's definitely been a journey, I guess, getting into journalism and everything there. And, you've still been going on with the artistry. How has turning everything into business and, working it corporately, like, I mean, doing your thing as a business, getting involved with these events and working with all these different entities, do you find it easy, or is it tough to get people on the same page in business?
Oh, wow. I think it is. It just depends. What we're doing right now with this Easter thing is incredible, and then what we were able to do with the community barbecue is exceptionally incredible and so forth. And then what we was able to do with the Arizona Media Panel was very incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that the right people want some form of unity, and togetherness to a point where we know what we have to do to bridge this thing together.
Yeah.
And the right people are willing to do the necessary things, make the necessary steps to get the job done. So, and that's the people that we need to be reaching out to. And I know there's more good people than bad people.
Mm.
So, I know that God is going to bless us to be in fellowship and be able to work together and do what God wants us to do. You know what I'm saying? So, as long as we continue to force the issue, press the issue, and use our leadership and our influence correctly, we should be able to make things happen.
100%. I mean, we was really trying to do something with that media panel. I mean, I still
think that we can do some stuff with it. It's just it got heavy for a second because
there's a lot of media that needed to come out.
Yeah, a lot of people they was there, but they wasn't responding, and It's like you get people halfway in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, and we need all feet and hands in.
Yeah. And so people know the media panel is just a collection of Arizona media kind of public figures, really just trying to make a unified.
We wanted to make a unified media.
Yeah.
Arizona media. We're a point where we have a level of respect when we doing business a certain type of way, and we could do business with each other a certain type
and
of way.
have a big effect. The thing was to like kind of take it to where it wasn't just all right, one person has a story, put it out, and then everybody's kind of finds out about it later or something. But it can be
media,
to where the streets can really have a voice.
Yes.
And that is just one of the unifying efforts that I've seen you a part of. It seems like these things kind of pop up a lot and some fizzle out. We're still trying to work on things to bring things together in Arizona media. But the coolest thing is, like with SongLab, we promote collaboration and education. Throughout this whole time, everybody is learning, and we're still trying to collaborate. So whether it be with the artistry, whether it be with your platform and your podcast and everybody who's been on there, and then also with what you're doing with all these events, and now with what I'm hearing in business and the way that you connected with many groups trying to unify and make Arizona and their individual platforms have a louder voice. You've been collaborating a lot. You've been working with a lot of people, and I feel like that is what rings loudest when people talk about Sticc Hyde. They really speak about you in high regard. Yeah.
I want to bring the city out. I want people to know about the people in this city. I want people to know that it is more than the desert and cactus out here. Mm-hmm. You come in, there's a real city out here. There's real people out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we got to do as media. I believe it's our job to introduce them to the faces of the culture.
100%.
And the faces of the culture are the people who represent the culture. You know what I'm saying? And we have a lot of artists that are the faces of the culture. We have seniors.
Mm-hmm.
We have young men. Young men and women out here doing their thing and stuff, and it's a beautiful thing, and beautiful thing seeing the scene grow, even with all the podcasts and the media growing and stuff.
Yeah,
because Arizona didn't have all this media back in the day.
No, it didn't.
So this media is good for the artists, it's good for the city, it's good for the culture that we're developing and building up. Because a lot of people think there's no culture in Arizona. Well, there really is some culture if you would take time to learn about the culture, because there really is some deep culture in Arizona.
I mean, look at them draped up in the orange and the purple right there.
There is some culture in Arizona. From way back in the days, we were cowboys. We're the original cowboys. I got family out here that own horses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're real cowboys. You know what I'm saying? We have family out here that's been out here, black families that's been out here for a long time. You know what I'm saying? We're not deep.
True.
It's not a everybody forgets that Arizona was is pretty much it's a Confederate state.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And even though it wasn't represented like that, heavily for the Confederate flag or whatever, or something like that, but it is a Confederate state.
And we was the last to accept Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, we was the last to accept that as far as the state was, but a lot of people didn't know that the culture was been going here. Like we've been marching, everybody been marching for years and stuff, and been celebrating Martin Luther King Day. When the voter, because we're only 6% of the vote.
Yeah.
So since we lost the vote, that's how we lost the holiday. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they embarrassed the black community.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They shamed us. Because now everybody like, oh, you guys let them, we only 6%, we can control the vote.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a situation where if the NFL did step in and make them, because the NFL players said, we're not going to play here.
Yep.
And there ain't going to be no Super Bowl here ever if they don't have if they ain't celebrating Martin Luther King Day. So politically, that's why Martin Luther King Day became a holiday out here.
Too much money for the state to lose.
Culturally, within our culture and shit, we've been marching up and down the streets for Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't never mention that. They always mention what happened out on TV
I mean, they don't mention that there was the Buffalo Soldier encampment out here in Arizona.
No, they don't mention.
They don't mention there's a lot of strong Black history in Arizona.
Yeah, there's a lot of strong Black history in Arizona that does not get mentioned. Even about the natives, the native culture doesn't even get mentioned out
at all.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people disregard the fact that some of the natives look just like us. You know what I'm saying? All the natives ain't the people. They ain't the you know what I'm saying? They ain't the typical Indian that we grew up in school. You know what I'm saying? Saying that these were all the typical Indians.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our history has been, we have been brainwashed, or what did they say? Pretty much they lied to. They lie about a lot of shit, and we find out a lot of shit about ourselves and stuff. So Arizona has some Egyptian hieroglyphics. It's something.
The Temple of Isis out here. You have the caves out here. There's a lot that is out here, and you know the lights, the Phoenix lights out here. There's a lot.
Aliens fucking with us.
You know, the alien man, yo, get with it,
aliens
people.
Be over here all the time. They
You know
fuck
what I
with
mean?
us all day.
And they trapping out
Beaming niggas
out here, yo. And that's funny. But for real, there's a lot that goes on in Arizona. There's a very big spiritual presence in Arizona in many different parts. You have the vortexes. Right. Yeah, there's so much that goes on, and there's a lot to Arizona in that fact. But really, it's not about just Arizona. The reach of us has been further than Arizona. I remember even back in the day, there was artists that reached out of Arizona. You know, if you remember Playboy Rich, PBR.
Yeah,
South Side.
PBR was dope.
Yeah, he was dope. And a lot of people don't even remember this man. They don't even say his name. He was one of the first people to go into to film himself going to the mall. He going into the jewelry store, comping everything. Like, hold up, bro. Like, okay.
PBR was doing it.
He was doing it, and Cash Money was working with him and everything. Like,
Gucci,
he really was. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people don't know our history like that.
He was cracking.
He was.
I ain't gonna lie. PBR was cracking.
He was the man for a minute. And that just goes to show that we have a lot of effect outside of Arizona once we start moving. Arizona is a very influential state, but the people in Arizona make it that way.
Yeah.
And you're one of those people in my mind. I really have you as one of those people. So let the people know about what you have coming up, what you're doing now, and what you have coming up next that you want them to check out, follow, and be a part of.
Well, right now we have Real Riders Only Radio. All our shows can be on. You can check out our shows on either YouTube, Facebook, or directly on our website, www.realridersonlyradio.com. And we exclusively sell our own music on there. We have our own radio station on there where we playing local music. We playing some of these artists that we interviewed all across the country and stuff. We don't really have no. We're not like a local radio station as far as only playing local music. We play independent artists all around the world, all around the country. I was about to say all around the world, but I did get some music from UK, and I just
You haven't played it yet?
I can't do the accent. I'm just gonna play.
He said, if I can't rock it, I just can't play it.
I can't do the accent.
I feel that. I mean, I actually dig, some European rappers and their music, and I dig a lot of it.
I got some European rapper friends. They're cool and stuff. One of my friends, he's from France. He always tap into my show too. His name is I think his name is Benoit, and he always be checking in with me all the time and stuff. So salute to him and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
That's my guy out there in France. So when I get out there in France, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with the loc, you know what I'm saying? We out.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Anything you want them to tap into, say,
I'm about to start getting into this. Well, I got some music. The Rick Ross song that we dropped this year.
Nice.
With D-Lo, my guy D-Lo. He's from Minnesota. He blessed me with an opportunity to be on the track with him with Rick Ross. It's called The Way I Get It.
Nice.
It's out on all streaming platforms right now, and we started to make a little bit of noise with it. I like the song and stuff. D-Lo did it good on this verse. Rick Ross gave us a nice dope ass verse, and I drop a dope ass verse on it. So
you already know.
I get people tapped into it.
All right, awesome. Let people know how they can get their music to you and get played, and if you can, give them advice on what they can do with their music to get it to platforms like yours. I mean, you've been on both sides. You've been an artist, but then also now you're helping people to get their music played on your internet radio, and you're in media. So give them some tips from that side on what they can do to get their music out into platforms such as yours.
Well, you could first of all, you can send your music to me at REAL Writers, RYDAZ, only radio at gmail.com. And pretty much spin it, you know what I'm saying? And the way that you reach out to other platforms, I guess you just have to you got to network. You just got to keep on communicating with people. We keep on trying to build bridges that you can cross. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to say yes, you know what I'm saying? But you got to keep on knocking at the door. You know what I'm saying? Be relentless, you know what I'm saying? Persistent, consistent. Keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody not going to say yes, but if you keep on pushing, eventually you're going to get some of them people that say no. Say yes to them. You know what I'm saying? They might change. They might get to change their heart. And they start hearing you making some noise elsewhere. So just keep on pushing. That's all I can say.
100%. Now, if I can get you to let the people know again who you are, how they can connect with you on social media, and then before you go, if you wouldn't mind giving SongLab Live a shout out.
Hell yeah. Shit. My name is Sticc Hyde. You can find me at Real Writers Only Radio at gmail.com. Real Writers Only. No. That's where you send the music. You can find me at OG Sticc Hyde at oh my God, Lord Jesus. Did I did
on Instagram?
On Instagram. I was about to can I start that all
we can
over
start it all over.
Lord Jesus. I'm
starting from the beginning.
Stumbling all over my tongue. That just sounded wonderful.
Real Writers Radio.
All right. My name is Sticc Hyde. You can find me at OG Sticc Hyde at Instagram, OG Sticc Hyde on TikTok, OG Sticc Hyde on Twitter, and it's spelled OGSTICCHYDE. And you can find me at Sticc Hyde at Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Our content on YouTube is Real Writers Only, REALRYDAZ only. Our website, www.realwritersonlyradio.com. Did I leave anything out?
I think you're pretty good on that.
Oh, I did leave something out.
What was up, the IG?
Got to give a shout out to SongLab.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you may. Shoot.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Shout out to SongLab. Shout out to you, Earl.
Thank you.
Shout out to Ruben, man.
Hey, shout out to Black Arizona.
Yep, shout out to Black Arizona. I love what y'all doing in that group.
Thank you.
And how you're unifying the natives and the out-of-towners.
Yeah.
I love that because a lot of these groups that they try to put together, they just have just the Arizona Bashing Session, the Arizona Native Bashing Session, the Arizona Everything Bashing Session. And it's just like, for natives, man, we can't stand that shit. We don't.
We can't.
You know, like that. It's just like, just imagine somebody from New York and stuff, and somebody's in New York, and they're like, oh, this is a horrible city. I can't, the New Yorkers is listening to them. They're like, well, who is this guy? Who is this guy in our city talking like that?
He don't even fold his pizza.
Yeah.
What is he?
It's like, man, get this guy out of here. Fuck out of here.
Walk back across the road. Yeah.
Hey, and that's how we feel. We like, hey man, hey, you don't like this motherfucker, get the fuck out of
You
here.
know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta come to the desert and ask us for water.
Hey man, look,
Shit.
if it's Bell say you like it somewhere else, man, go ahead and go be happy. You know what I'm saying?
But hell yeah, man. Honestly, thank you for coming. Thank you for sitting with me, talking with me here
Thank
on
you for
SongLab.
having me.
Man, it's been great. I have a legend in the building with me. I'm getting blessed by your presence and all that you have done up until thus now for Arizona. It has been amazing watching your progression and your growth and you networking and working with people and bringing eyes to the state. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming here to SongLab Live.
Yes, sir.
Honestly.
Love, man.
And thank you guys for listening, watching, chilling with us as we've been having our discussion. Hopefully you've gotten some tips, some tricks, something you can use to help you better yourself in your pursuit of happiness or, you know, trying to advance your career. That's what we do this for. So tune in to the next time that I have an artist in this chair, because you know you're going to want to get to know them. Like I've said, this is SongLab Live and we keeping it live. Let's go.
Peace. Good job.
Hey, thank you for tuning in and watching what we had to offer. Continue to look at what we have by following us on all the social medias and subscribing to our channels, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere you can find us, SongLab Live.